between caterpillars, living or dead, is entirely coincidental.
There's something the man doesn't like to talk about because that's, well, anyways, I'll just tell this story about my client Curley, and then I'll get back to the agent business and try to forget about the whole thing. But if I should get a lump in my throat while I'm trying to tell it, I hope you'll understand, because this whole thing was so recent. I still get pretty choked up about it. Anyways, to make a long story short, I'm out walking one day in the suburbs, where I live, and my attention is attracted by a young boy sitting on the side of the road, playing the harmonica. He's been over watching something on the ground, and I'm being curious, go over to see what it is. Hey, kid, what you got there?
A trained caterpillar.
What's strange about it?
He dances.
That's just natural insect movement. That's not dancing, that's wiggling.
I'm telling you, he dances. You don't have to believe me.
Show me. Well, what do you know? Now stop. Stop's right when you do. Look at that.
Sure, that's what I'm telling you.
Play some more, Stinky. Plays right down when you finish.
No.
Does it dance to any kind of music?
No, only yes sir, that's my baby.
You mean to tell me he only dances to one old crummy tune?
I've tried once more, but that's the only one he likes.
Say,
What?
he may be related to a snake. He may have some snake blood in him. You know, there are some snakes who dance.
No kidding.
Hey, let me take your harmonica a minute. He may be related to one of them Asiatic snakes or something. Let's see. Nope. Nothing. Guess he's an American caterpillar, all right? Okay. I'm gonna make you a proposition. How would you like it to sell Curley?
I don't know.
Why not?
Well, I just want to because.
Because you like him so much you don't want to part with him?
I just don't want to sell Curly. He's my pet and I want to keep him.
Look, I think you're a very bright and sensitive young boy. Because of that, I'm gonna make you an immediate cash payment of $5 for Curley.
I want to sell him. I like Curly and Curly likes me too. And when we're alone, I talk to him. He understands me. He's very intelligent even if he doesn't look so smart.
Curly looks smart, all right.
My dad and nobody else can never get him to move. He lies down almost just as on spring. You know, if someone were to take Curly from me, Curly would die.
Think so?
Sure, he would absolutely die.
Okay, listen to me, Steve. Here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna stay with Curly, and I'll manage both of you. Curly will be my client.
What's that? What's a client?
Well, I don't think you'd understand very well. That's something I'll have to explain to your parents. See, I gotta get their signatures on the long-term contract. You're a minor under the law, you see.
I didn't do nothing wrong, did I?
And that's how it all began. I get Curly under my management, and Stinky comes with me. The first thing I do is set her off for some publicity. And boy, do those reporters eat it up. Front page with pictures. Pictures of Curly, pictures of Stinky, and pictures of me. Pictures of my client dancing on a leaf, curling around the mayor's finger, climbing on some pretty model's leg, sitting in a tiny box at the opera. And headlines like in the Times.
We caterpillars blaze the strains of youngsters of my baby, try to stay on insect world demonstrates almost human sense of rhythm.
The Post,
Curly in custody of Stinky, yells Bengali of caterpillars.
the Herald Tribune,
Insect phenomenon, learn to instruct garden, manager out.
the World, the
The
Telegram,
curly frog becomes new national dance sensation.
the Daily News.
Bobcat Road, story on page 2.
And with all that publicity, things really begin happening. First, Bill Robinson introduces the Curly Capers on the Cotton Club.
Hopeless head.
Then, Raymond Scott writes a song titled The Caterpillar Creep. Then half a dozen agencies bid for the rights to syndicate a comic strip.
429 papers, only 5 days a week, making a grand total of.
Other companies pay me royalties for curly balloons and spaghetti and dolls and toys and picture books and decorations on the outside of drinking glasses.
Mommy! I'm the one with Curly's face on it!
To make a long story short, I get a vaudeville offer. The money begins to roll in. I hire an expensive suite and a secretary.
For the Enterprise, good afternoon.
I buy Stinky a bike and a new suit of clothes. And all that publicity begins to pile up. And at the height of the excitement, I get a fax from Hollywood.
Author,
$100,000 for Curley Carrington feature-length movie using unrivaled cartoon characters. Appropriate immediate answer, C.B. DeMille.
Miss Nielsen,
Yes.
send a fax to C.B. DeMille, Hollywood, California.
Yes, sir.
Curly, price, $500,000.
Is that all?
Do you think I should ask for more?
No, I mean, is there any more to wire? Curly Enterprises, just a moment, please. I'd like to meet on the ticket.
Hello? Yes, this is him?
Curly Enterprises.
No? Well, oh yeah,
Busy on another
no,
line.
I found him in the boys' profession. That's right.
Order
No, probably not really.
Please hold, please.
Yeah, that's right.
Curly Enterprises,
Well,
please.
I'm gonna take it.
I need to hire more secretaries.
Things are going in great shape. Curly's making us a bundle of dough. But then, I get 3 visitors that I wasn't figuring on.
We have been reading about your marvelous client in the papers, and would like to ask your permission to examine it.
Examine it, what for?
We are Lepidoptera.
Lepidopterus. But Curly's a caterpillar, not a leopard.
Ah, no. My dear man, Lepidoptera is the branch of etymology dealing with the insect order of which your, shall we say, client is a member.
I'm sure Curly doesn't want to be examined by nobody.
Please, if your caterpillar is as marvelous as the paper stated, surely you have science the privilege of an examination.
Exactly. It would be nothing short of criminal to withhold such knowledge from science.
Well, you want to put it like that.
It will take no more than 2 minutes.
I suppose so. Come with me, please. Hello, Stinky. This is Master Stinky, gentlemen, discoverer and trainer of my client. He guards Curly at all times.
Hello? Hello.
Well, there he is. In that box there. Please be careful how you handle him.
Ah, here you are. My. Muscular little fellow, isn't he?
Normal mandible, common conspicuous first maxilline.
I said, watch out there, Doctor. He's trying to bite you. Ha! Never been attacked by a caterpillar before. Astounding.
Look here, Doctor. Notice the elongation of the abdominal feet.
Yes, quite. Doesn't this feature make you think of the Anglus antiquity? Incredible.
Look at this fascinating. I've never seen such ocelli except on the Milligangari Gathia or the Chitinacea.
No kidding.
Well, sir, congratulations. This is a remarkable specimen you have here, even before we test its reactions to musical stimuli.
Gosh, thanks.
But we feel as though its contribution to society would be better felt if you were to donate it to the Museum of Natural History, where he could then be examined by the leading entomologist of the world.
But
Yes, and no. When it dies, we can
No!
dissect
They're
it.
gonna take Curly away! Don't let them take Curly!
Don't worry, my boy. We aren't going to hurt him.
A phenomenon like this happens once in a million years. Surely you're not going to risk injuring him by overwork.
are you accusing me of sacrificing the health of my client for profit? Why, that's ridiculous. Curly is... Yes, come in.
Just got another word. We were pleased to talk to 200,000.
200. Tell him 500,000 or nothing.
Yes, sir.
When the papers get a hold of the Lepidopterus story, things really begin to break. There's another pile of publicity. It gets to be a moral issue, with preachers delivering sermons and the like. I'm attacked editorially for exploiting caterpillar labor, but on the other hand, I'm defended as an individualist who won't submit to regimentation.
A man owns a clever bug. He has the right to manage that bug. Nobody questions his status as manager to that bug. And yet, he is asked to release his client for scientific purposes. He refuses. He has the right to refuse. Nobody denies that right. And yet, in certain quarters,
Have you ever looked at a caterpillar? Just a plain green or brown caterpillar? I don't know. I've never really cared much about caterpillars. But then, we heard of this one that can dance. And my wife believes all of this. But she's a trusting soul. She still thinks our Minneberg's gonna talk.
The American Legion and Daughters of the American Revolution sent Curley an engraved silver-plated twig and a little pipe on top of his box. The foreign correspondents get busy cabling long stories to the papers. The Spanish Grafiacano comes out with a dirty date from Madrid.
Ma, los norteamericanos no deben olvidar que la danza española es la mejor de todas. Y si la luna del señor King tuviese un poquitín de oído para la música, reconocería los irresistibles ritmos de la jota y no se limitaría a la... Ah, ya sé, that's my baby. Es un insulto a los países latinos que ese insecto.
How do you like that for nerve? But get this, the Curley motif is reflected, as they say, in the latest Paris fashions. With caterpillar doodads and hats and scarves, and all that comes out with a swell plug.
Tu sais révérence à cette notion reproduite les États-Unis se souverains fait maintenant pour une petite garçon qui se trouve stinky. Les insectes consent à danser justement selon Monsieur, c'est mon bébé.
My clipping service sends me another pat on the back from Shanghai, China, which I get my laundry man to translate. The Maharaja of Lahore sends Curly willow leaves from the sacred willow trees of the temple.
Hey, I think from a place called Lahore. We're about to find out what his name's on.
Ready this Lahore.
I at least got the stamps.
Yeah, here. I signed Curly up for a super special movie short that sweeps the box office of the country in spite of terrible weather, including blizzards and rainstorms. Variety reports.
Liz and Chris failed the physical quiz to both now, PO from NY to LA.
Life magazine runs a Margaret Berkway picture of Curly on the cover with the caption,
Curley!
CBS does a pickup direct from Curly's box, bringing the sounds of him eating dinner.
Jack now speaking to you from the enterprises of Curley headquarters. I bring the sound of the world's leading insect dancing, busy eating dinner after a hard day's work, or exhibiting his talent before the press.
The New Yorker comes out with a cartoon showing Martha Graham nibbling on willow leaves.
Did you see this one in the New Yorker?
No, let me see. Well, what's funny about that?
Geez, you don't get it?
No.
Well, surely you know who Mark Brown is.
Oh, yeah,
And you know who Curly is, naturally.
the caterpillar.
Well, you see, Curly lives on Willow Leaf.
The mill raises his bid to 3, but I still hold out for 500,000. Grover Whalen invites Curly to do an English country dance on the cover of Magna Carta at the World's Fair. To make a long story short, everything's going along hunky-dory. Until one day, some more public-spirited guys get a hold of Curly, and this time they're not scientists, but musicians.
And therefore, in the interest of music, we of the city feel you will be rendering an invaluable service to musical knowledge. You would permit us to test the effects of classical music on your client.
But what good would that do anybody?
Why, it may open up an entirely new field of psychology in relation to music. The world knows very little of the musical instincts of animals, and nothing at all about insects. Now,
Now you're wasting your time. Curly only dances to one tune.
have you tried other tunes?
Of course we have. Tell them what you play, Stinky.
I played It Ain't Gonna Rain No More, My Country Chooses Speed, The Fear Girl Polka, Shine on Purple Smooth, and Music Goes Round.
Oh, but no classical music.
Sure we have. I myself played Our Sweet Mystery of Life by Victor Herbert.
That's hardly classical. Have you tried risky Korsakov Flight of the Bumblebee? Which, after all, is about insects.
Yeah, Risky Korsakov sounds like a risky, and Curly is an American caterpillar. Don't you forget it.
No, I'm afraid you don't understand what we propose to do. We get Curly in the studio with an orchestra and go through a careful series of tests using selective symphonic music and jazz like tempi. Now, with the choice of representative works, we can quickly establish.
Alright, I know you're tired, gentlemen. We've now been through 67 pieces already. But let's try just a few more, and then we'll quit until tomorrow. So far he hasn't budged once, but maybe we'll get him with a habanero from Carmen. 69, Rosamond Ballet. Ah, stop. Try number 7 spells is on. That's one more minute.
For 2.5 days this went on. And then finally, after the 202nd try, something happened that really made the paper sit up and take notice all over again.